Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video we are going to cover vocabulary, and this video is going to be helpful for your examinations like GRE, Gmat, Ielts, CAT and other government examinations. Other than that, it is going to help you in your daily life also. So with each word I'm going to give you its meaning, and then I'm going to give you its usage in sentences. So in that way you can build your vocabulary in a very well defined manner. So let's start. The first word is abstruse. So abstruse means which is something difficult to understand, right? So for example, the professor's lecture on quantum mechanics was so abstruse that many students struggle to follow along. So there is one sentence. The other word is bellicose. It means demonstrating aggression and willingness to fight. I'll give you an example. The politician's bellicose rhetoric led to heightened tensions between the two countries. Or his bellicose behavior often leads to conflicts with his colleagues. So bellicose means which demonstrate aggression and it's always ready to fight. That is bellicose. Then the word is cacophony, right? It means a harsh, discordant mixture of sounds. So we can use this in a sentence as the construction site was filled with a cacophony of drills and hammers. The other word is dauntless. Dauntless means showing fearlessness and determination. Somebody who is fearless, right? So I'll give you an example. The dauntless explorer ventured into the heart of jungle alone, right? So being a dauntless explorer, he went into a jungle alone. So it's a very good example of dauntless. The other word is efficacious. Efficacious means effective, means who is successful in producing the desired result, right? So the example would be the new drug proved to be efficacious in treating the illness. The other word is felicitous. Felicitous means well chosen or suited to the circumstances, which is pleasing and fortunate. Her felicitous choice of words made the speech memorable. The next word is gregarious. Gregarious means sociable, means who enjoy the company of others. For example, she is a gregarious person who loves meeting new people. His gregarious nature made him popular among his colleagues. The next word is harangue. Harangue is a lengthy and aggressive speech, right? So the teacher gave a harangue about the importance of discipline. She launched into a harangue against social injustice. The next word is insipid. Insipid means lacking flavor, dull, not at all stimulating, it means tasteless. The example is the meal was insipid and lacked any real taste. His insipid presentation bored the audience. The next one is jettison. Jettison means to throw or drop something from an aircraft or ship, right? So the captain decided to jettison unnecessary cargo to lighten the load. She chose to jettison outdated ideas for a fresh perspective. The next one is abate. Abate means to reduce in amount, degree, or severity. The example would be as the storm abated, the rescue teams began their search. He waited for the crowd's excitement to abate before continuing. The next word is abscond. Abscond means to leave secretly, especially to avoid capture, right? So the example would be the thief absconded with the jewelry before the police arrived. Fearing persecution, the rebel decided to abscond from the village. Alleviate. Alleviate means to make less severe, right? So the examples would be the medication helps to alleviate his pain. She took steps to alleviate her colleague's workload. The next word is ambiguous. Ambiguous means open to more than one interpretation, not having one clear meaning, means doubtful. So the example would be the instructions were ambiguous, leading to confusion. His ambiguous answer made it hard to understand his stance. The next word is ambivalence. Ambivalence means mixed or contradictory feeling about something or someone. Her ambivalence about moving to a new city was evident. Her ambivalence towards the project led to a lack of motivation. Aberrant. Aberrant means deviating from the norm or expected behavior. So the example would be his aberrant actions raised questions among his peers. The scientists noticed aberrant data in the experiment results. Anachronistic. Anachronistic means belonging to a period other than being portrayed. So the movie was criticized for its anachronistic costumes. His outdated view seems anachronistic. His outdated views seem anachronistic in today's society. The next word is apocryphal. Apocryphal means of doubtful authenticity, although widely circulated as true. Many apocryphal stories circulate about the famous leader. The book contained apocryphal tales passed on through generations. The next word is bucolic. Bucolic means relating to the pleasant aspects of the countryside and country life. The artist was known for capturing bucolic scenes of rural life. They long for a peaceful bucolic retreat away from the city. So bucolic means which is relating to countryside. Calumny. Calumny means a false and slanderous statement. So she sued her rival for spreading calumny about her reputation. Political opponents often resort to calumny to damage each other's reputation. So it's a false and slanderous statement. The next word is chicanery, the use of trickery to achieve a political, financial, or legal purpose. The politician was accused of using chicanery to gain votes. The lawyer's argument relied on legal chicanery rather than facts. The next word is esoteric. Esoteric means intended for or likely to be understood by only a small number of people with specialized knowledge. Examples would be the philosopher's work was too esoteric for the general public. Quantum physics is often considered as an esoteric subject because it is less likely to be understood by people. The next word is exculpate. Exculpate means to show or declare that someone is not guilty of wrongdoing. So the new evidence was found to exculpate the accused. The lawyer's defense strategy helped to exculpate her client. Inchoate. Inchoate means just begun or not fully formed or developed or rudimentary. Their inchoate plans need further refinement before execution. The company's inchoate ideas were promising but required much work. Inveterate. Inveterate means having a particular habit or activity or interest that is long established and unlikely to change. He is an inveterate reader, always with a book in hand. So her inveterate habits were hard to break, right? So means those habits which are least likely to change. That is inveterate. So laconic is somebody who uses very few words. His laconic response made the interview feel rushed. The manager's laconic style kept meetings short and to the point. Obdurate. Obdurate means stubbornly refusing to change one's opinion. Okay, so despite all advice, he remained obdurate in his decision. Her obdurate refusal to apologize worsened the situation. Obfuscate means to deliberately make something unclear or confusing. The report was written to obfuscate the truth. Technical jargon only served to obfuscate the concept, right? So obfuscate means to deliberately make something confusing. Pedant. So a person who is excessively concerned with minor details and rules or with displaying academic learning, you might have seen that we say in our general language like don't be so pedantic. So it means that if you focus on minor details, you will lose the full view, right? So in the examples it is mentioned, he was such a pedant, correcting everyone's grammar constantly. Right? Nobody loves like pedant people or pedantics. The teacher's pedantic attitude made students uneasy. Perfidy. Perfidy means deceitfulness or untrustworthiness. Her perfidy shattered their friendship. The perfidy of his actions was met with disdain. Okay, anything which is related with deceitfulness or untrustworthiness is perfidy. The next word is polemic. Polemic means a strong verbal or written attack on someone or something. So the article was a polemic against the current administration. His polemic on social issues sparked heated discussions. The next word is sycophant. Sycophant is a person who acts obsequiously towards someone important to gain advantage, right? So you must have seen in your offices, like the people who are licking the boots of their managers or bosses. They are what? They are sycophants. Example: the manager was surrounded by sycophants eager for promotions. Who want promotion? They have to be sycophant. This is the current world scenario. His sycophantic behavior irritated his colleagues, right? The next word is abjure. Abjure means to formally reject or give up. She decided to abjure her previous religious beliefs. The politician was forced to abjure his controversial statements, right? So, you might be chasing something, and when that chase is taking too long, right, you have to abjure. That means to give up, right? So, that is how life is. So, chase what is actually worthy, otherwise, don't chase. The next word is abnegate. Abnegate means to renounce or reject, right? He chose to abnegate his comfort to serve the poor. Like there are people who are abnegating their comfort to serve the poor. She had to abnegate her own ambitions to support her family, right? There are many people who are abnegating their ambitions, like me, to support their family. The current job that I am doing, I don't like it at all, but somehow I have to do it. So I am abnegating my ambitions to support the family. This is how you deal with the situation. This is how you adjust. But your side hustle should not be stopped, right? This is what I'm doing. It is the side hustle only. Adumbrate. So the next word is adumbrate. Adumbrate means to foreshadow vaguely, to outline or sketch, right? So his speech seemed to adumbrate future policy changes, means what is likely to come in future, right? His speech seemed to adumbrate future policy changes. The author adumbrated the novel's dark theme early. The next word is antediluvian. Antediluvian means somebody who is extremely old fashioned or outdated, right? So his views on gender roles seemed antediluvian. The company's antediluvian policies hindered its progress. The next word is approbation. Approbation means official approval or praise. Her groundbreaking work received approbation from peers. The manager's approbation boosted his confidence. The next word is coterie. Coterie means a small group, right, which shares a similar interest. So the artist formed a coterie of like-minded creatives. Her coterie met weekly to discuss literature. Demagogue. Demagogue is a leader who is not liked by the people. The politician was criticized as a demagogue who fueled division. History remembers some demagogues for inciting hatred, right? So the leaders who are not liked by others, they are demagogues. The next word is diaphanous. Diaphanous is light, delicate, and translucent. So she wore a diaphanous scarf that fluttered in the breeze. The curtains were diaphanous, allowing sunlight to filter through. The next word is disparate. Disparate means essentially different in kind, not allowing comparison. So these which are way apart from each other, right? The team was composed of disparate talents. His ideas were too disparate to integrate effectively. So means he was out of the league, right? This is disparate. The next word is ebullient. Ebullient means somebody who is cheerful and full of energy. So she was ebullient at the prospect of a new job. His ebullient personality was infectious. Means wherever he was going, right? People were getting cheerful, right? So that's why his ebullient personality was infectious, right? Wherever he was going, he was spreading energy through his appearance, right? So that's what ebullient means. The next word is efficacious. Efficacious means effective, means producing the desired effect. The medicine proved efficacious in treating the illness. Their efforts were efficacious in reducing pollution. Ersatz. Ersatz means fake, right? If you see, it's fake. So the ersatz coffee tasted nothing like the real thing. He created an ersatz version of the designer bag. So ersatz something which is fake. Evanescent. Evanescent means quickly fading or disappearing. Beauty is often described as evanescent and fleeting. The evanescent glow of sunset colored the sky. Farrago. Farrago means a confused mixture, a hodgepodge. The report was a farrago of misinformations and rumors. His explanation turned into a farrago of ideas. Fastidious, very attentive to detail, meticulous. She's fastidious about keeping her home spotless. The fastidious editor corrected every small error. So, somebody who is very attentive to detail is fastidious or meticulous. Feckless. Feckless means lacking initiative or strength of character, or somebody who is irresponsible. So, his feckless attitude affected his career. She regretted hiring such feckless employee. So nobody loves feckless employee. The next word is inimical. Inimical means which is tending to obstruct or harm, right? Which is harmful. So his decisions were inimical to the company's success. The two groups had an inimical relationship for years. The next word is insouciant, showing a casual lack of concern or indifferent. So her insouciant attitude made her seem carefree. He approached life with an insouciant demeanor. Demeanor means behavior, right? So means who is lack of concern or who is indifferent what is going around. That is insouciant. The next word is lugubrious. Lugubrious. So lugubrious means looking or sounding sad and dismal. So who is very sad, it's lugubrious. His lugubrious expression reflected his sorrow. The lugubrious music created a melancholic atmosphere. So anything with sadness is lugubrious. Munificent. Munificent is more generous than is usual or necessary. Somebody who is more generous, right? So that is munificent. The philanthropist's munificent donation helped build the hospital. She received a munificent gift from her employer. Neither. Neither is the lowest point in the fortunes of a person or organization. His career reached its nether after the scandal. The company's stock price hit a nether last year. The next word is obstreperous. Obstreperous means noisy and which is difficult to control. The children were obstreperous at the party. His obstreperous behavior led to his removal from the event. So right, so like children are nowadays, they are very obstreperous. They are hard to control. They are noisy. So you can link with it that this is obstreperous. Now this is pernicious. Pernicious means which is harmful, right? So smoking has a pernicious impact on health over time. The rumor had a pernicious effect on her reputation. The next word is pusillanimous. Pusillanimous means showing a lack of courage or determination, timid. His pusillanimous nature kept him from standing up for himself. She regretted her pusillanimous decision to stay silent. So, anyone who is timid, right, who has a fear, so that's pusillanimous. The next word is recalcitrant. Recalcitrant means having an obstinately uncooperative attitude towards authority. So the recalcitrant student refused to follow the rules. His recalcitrant behavior caused problems for the team. So nobody likes recalcitrant people in their organization or in their team because they will not follow the chain of command. So anybody who is recalcitrant will not be obeying the chain of command or the authority. Next, sartorial. Sartorial means relating to tailoring clothes or style of dress. So, which is related to your dress and fashion sense. It's sartorial. His sartorial choices made him stand out at the event. She was praised for her sartorial elegance. Solipsism. Solipsism is the view or theory that only the self is all that can be known to exist. His solipsism made it difficult for him to connect with others. Philosophers debate whether solipsism is valid. Right? So, solipsism is just like only about yourself, that only you exist, nothing else. Next one is somnolent. Somnolent is sleepy or drowsy. The somnolent lecture made everyone yawn, right? After a heavy meal, he felt somnolent. Next one is stentorian. Stentorian means loud and powerful. The professor's stentorian voice filled the auditorium. He addressed the crowd in a stentorian tone, right? So the next word is surreptitious. Surreptitious means something which is secret. So the example would be they had a surreptitious meeting to discuss the project. His surreptitious glances revealed his hidden intentions. So surreptitious is something which is hidden, right? Which is secret. So the raw, the FBA, which the work they do is surreptitious. The next word is temerity. Temerity means excessive confidence or boldness or the audacity. She had the temerity to challenge her boss. His temerity impressed some and angered others. Truculent. Truculent means eager or quick to argue or fight aggressively. So his truculent attitude made him difficult to work with. She adopted a truculent stance on the issue. So some people you see they are very aggressive, they are very ready to fight. So they are truculent, right? Yeah. The next word is ubiquitous. So it's a very important word. Ubiquitous means which is present or found everywhere. So smartphones have become ubiquitous in modern society. His brand was ubiquitous across the internet. Umbrage. Umbrage means offense or annoyance. So she took umbrage at his careless remarks. His insensitive joke caused umbrage among his friends. Vacillate means to waver between different opinions or actions. So he vacillated for weeks before making a decision. Her vacillating stance made it hard to trust her. Vicissitude. Vicissitude means a change of circumstances or fortune, typically one that is unwelcome. They face many vicissitudes in their journey. The vicissitudes of life made him resilient. The next one is alacrity. Alacrity means brisk and cheerful readiness. She accepted the job offer with alacrity. His alacrity to help was appreciated by everyone. The next one is banal. Banal means boring, right? Banal is boring. The presentation was filled with banal cliches. He avoided the banal conversation and sought something deeper. The next word is dichotomy. Dichotomy is a division or the contrast between two things that are represented as being opposed or entirely different. The dichotomy between rich and poor is widening. She examined the dichotomy in the character's motivations. Effulgent. Effulgent means shining brightly or radiant. The effulgent sun lit up the entire landscape. The effulgent smile brightened the room. The next word is garrulous. Garrulous means somebody who is excessively talkative, especially on trivial matters. The garrulous man monopolized the conversation. Her garrulous nature made her popular at parties. Hapless. Hapless means which is unfortunate or unlucky. The hapless traveler lost his way in the storm. She had a hapless streak of bad luck this year. Recondite. Recondite means which is little known, abstruse, or obscure. The professor's lecture on recondite theories left many students puzzled. He enjoyed reading recondite texts that challenged his understanding. So, which is little known is recondite. Sagacious. Sagacious means having or showing keen mental discernment and good judgment. Somebody who has good intelligence, he's sagacious. The sagacious leader was respected by all. Her sagacious advice guided him through tough decisions. The next word is trepidation. Trepidation means a feeling of fear or agitation about something that may happen. With great trepidation, she opened the letter. He approached the stage with trepidation, fearing he would forget his lines. Untenable, not able to be maintained or defended against attack or objection. The scientist's untenable theory was rejected by peers. His position became untenable after the scandal. The next word is vociferous, expressing or characterized by vehement opinions, loud and forceful. The vociferous crowd demanded justice. She was vociferous in her support for the cause. Wheedle, to use flattery or coaxing in order to persuade someone to do something. He tried to wheedle his way out of trouble with sweet words. She wheedled her parents into letting her stay out late. Right? So somebody who used flattery, it's known as wheedling. Right? The next word is bellicose, which is demonstrating aggression. His bellicose remarks raised tensions in the meeting. The bellicose nation was often involved in conflicts. The next word is cursory. Cursory means hasty and therefore not thorough or detailed. So sometimes you take cursory decisions, right? So that's not good. So she gave a cursory glance at the report before the meeting. His cursory review missed several important points. So something which is done in haste is cursory. The next one is enervate. Enervate means to cause someone to feel drained of energy or vitality. Right? So something which is draining your energy is enervate. The heat enervated him during the long hike. Her enervating workload left her exhausted. The next word is fractious. Fractious means irritable and quarrelsome. The fractious crowd began to argue among themselves. The fractious child needed to be calmed down. The next word is infelicitous. Infelicitous means something which is inappropriate or unfortunate. His infelicitous comments during the meeting caused embarrassment. The infelicitous choice of words led to misunderstanding. So something which is inappropriate is infelicitous. The next word is bereft. Bereft means something which is deprived of or lacking something, right? Which is lacking something. So after the loss of her pet, she felt bereft of joy. Means she was deprived of joy. He was bereft of ideas during the brainstorming sessions. He was not having any ideas. So it means he was bereft of ideas. So something which is depriving or lacking, it's bereft. The next one is palaver. Palaver means prolonged and idle discussion, unnecessary fuss. Right? The meeting turned into a palaver with no clear outcomes. Which has no outcomes, it turns into a palaver. Right? They engaged in palaver about trivial matters instead of focusing on the task. It means that they should have focused on the task, but the entire discussion turned into a palaver. So palaver means something which is unnecessary, right? Capitulate. Capitulate means to seize or resist an opponent or an unwelcome demand, surrender, right? means to surrender. The army was forced to capitulate after months of conflict. Like you can see in Israel, Palestine, the Hezbollah is capitulating before Israel, right? Otherwise, the entire Hezbollah is gone within few minutes. So she decided to capitulate to her parents' wishes after much debate. The next word is concomitant. Concomitant means naturally accompanying or associated, occurring concurrently, right? Which is naturally accompanying, right? The rise in temperature was concomitant with an increase in humidity. So, which is taking place at the same time. His illness was concomitant with a range of other health issues. So, which is taking place at the same time is concomitant, right? So, we can say that the height and the weight are concomitant, right? They are increasing simultaneously of a child. So, they are concomitant. The next one is pillory. Pillory means a device for publicly punishing offenders to criticize someone publicly. The politician was subjected to a pillory of public criticism after the scandal. So in the past, offenders were placed in a pillory as a form of punishment, right? So something which relates with criticizing publicly is pillory. The next one is estimable. Estimable means deserving respect and admiration. She is an estimable leader who has earned the trust of her team. His estimable contributions to the community were recognized at the award ceremony. The next word is verisimilitude, the appearance of being true or real. The novel's verisimilitude made the characters and the events feel incredibly real. His argument lacked verisimilitude, failing to convince the audience. So, the appearance of being true or real is verisimilitude. The next word is modicum. Modicum is a small quantity of a particular thing. There was a modicum of truth in his statement that could not be ignored. She has a modicum of experience in the field, enough to get started. So it's a small quantity is modicum. The next word is chauvinism. So excessive or prejudiced support for one's own cause, group or sex, belief in the superiority of a particular group. So you must have heard about male chauvinism. Male chauvinism is about that males are superior than females. So that's what male chauvinism is. So his example is his chauvinism was evident in the way he dismissed the contributions of his female colleagues. The debate about nationalism often brings up issues of chauvinism and exclusion. Ineluctable, right? Ineluctable. Ineluctable means inevitable, certain to happen, which is unavoidable, right? So like Thanos used to say that I am inevitable. So it's actually ineluctable. I can say I am ineluctable. So the ineluctable passage of time affects us all. They face the ineluctable truth that their project was failing. And similarly, death is ineluctable. We cannot avoid that. The next one is graft. Graft is basically, related to medical sense, but it is also related to corruption or bribery. The surgeon performed a graft to repair the damaged artery, right? So it's related with medical terms, but it's also related to corruption or bribery. The politician was accused of graft. Leading to widespread public outrage. The next word is halcyon. Halcyon means donating a period of time in the past that was idyllically happy and peaceful, right? So the time which was idyllically happy and peaceful. They often reminisced about the halcyon days of their youth. The halcyon atmosphere of the village attracted many tourists, right? So the time which is happy and peaceful is halcyon. The halcyon atmosphere of the village attracted many tourists. The next word is cataclysm. A sudden and violent upheaval or disaster. A significant and violent event is cataclysm. The earthquake was a cataclysm that changed the landscape forever. So the earthquake was a cataclysm, means it was a violent event right, which has a significant impact. So cataclysm is violent impact. The next word is lachrymose. Lachrymose is related to tearful or given to weeping inducing tears, right? So which induced tears is lachrymose. The movie was so lachrymose that many viewers left the theaters in tears. Her lachrymose nature made her especially sensitive to sad stories. Enamored, be filled with a feeling of love for, right, to be loved. She was enamored with the beauty of the sunset. She has fallen in love with the beauty of sunset, right? So she was enamored with the beauty of the sunset. He became enamored of the city after spending just a week there. The next word is surfeit, an excessive amount of something, right? So the banquet featured a surfeit of food and drink, far more than anyone could eat. So I told you about modicum, right? Modicum is something which is less. Surfeit is something which is in excess. So modicum and surfeit, they are opposite of each other. The next word is sardonic. Sardonic means grimly mocking or cynical, right? Means which is mocking in nature. So his sardonic smile suggested he didn't take the situation seriously. The film's sardonic humor often left the audience in a state of discomfort. The next word is dissemble. Dissemble means to conceal one's true motives, feelings, or belief. She chose to dissemble her true feelings in order to maintain peace. So dissemble means to conceal or to hide one's own intentions. The next word is canard. Canard is an unfounded rumor or story, a fabricated report. The article was based on a canard that had been circulating for weeks, right? So canard is a rumor or a story. So the article was based on a canard that had been circulating for weeks. Despite the canard, the celebrity maintained a positive public image. Despite all these rumors or the canard, the celebrity maintained a positive public image. The next word is panacea. The panacea means that which is a solution or remedy for all difficulties or diseases. Many believe that technology is a panacea for world's problem. So it's a solution, right? So solution is panacea. Despot. Despot means a ruler or other person who holds absolute power, right? So in Saudi Arabia, despot rules the kingdom, right? So despot is a ruler. Raillery. Raillery means good-natured teasing or ridicule. The conversation was filled with light-hearted raillery, showcasing their close friendship. Although the raillery was playful, it sometimes crossed the lines into offense. So just like small teasing is raillery. The next word is exiguity. The exiguity means the quality of being exiguous, means smallness or scarcity, right? Which is having a scare of something. The exiguity of a living space made it challenging to entertain guests, right? Despite the exiguity of resources, they managed to complete the project on time, right? Means if there is a scarcity of something, that is exiguity. The next word is splenetic. Splenetic means irritable, bad tempered, having a spiteful disposition, right? His splenetic remarks during the meeting surprised everyone present, right? So it was bad tempered. The splenetic nature of the character added tension to the story. Hoodwink. Hoodwink means to deceive or to trick someone. She felt foolish for being hoodwinked by the con artist. The magician managed to hoodwink the audience with his clever illusions. The next word is turgid. Turgid means swollen and distended or congested, or in a metaphorical sense, excessively ornate or complex in style. The turgid river overflowed its bank after the heavy rain, okay, which means swollen, the swollen river. The turgid river overflowed its bank after the heavy rain. The author's turgid prose made the book difficult to understand, means which is complex. Turgid is also complex, turgid is also swollen. The next word is bromide. Bromide means a trite or unoriginal idea or remark typically intended to soothe or placate. Right? So, which is unoriginal idea. His speech was filled with bromides that failed to inspire the audience, which is if something is unoriginal, it will fail to impress the audience. While well meaning, the bromide offered no real solution to the problem, right? Unoriginal idea is related to bromide. Next word is desideratum. Desideratum means something desired as essential a necessity. For many, a good education is a primary desideratum in life. The lack of clean water is a critical desideratum in developing countries, right? So, something which is a necessity is desideratum. The next word is proselytes. Proselytes means to convert or attempt to convert someone from one religion, belief, or opinion to another. Right? To convert or attempt to convert someone from one religion to another. Okay, the missionaries, like missionaries used to do, the missionaries traveled to proselytize among the local communities. He often found himself in debates where he would proselytize his views on social justice. The next word is malingerer. Malingerer is a person who pretends to be ill or incapacitated to avoid work or duty, right? So the somebody who makes excuses that I cannot come, I am ill, I have a headache and all, that is malingerer. So I am also a malingerer in that case. The supervisor was quick to identify the malingerer among the employees who frequently took sick leave. His reputation as a malingerer made it difficult for him to gain the trust of his colleagues. The next word is callow. Callow means inexperienced and immature, especially referred to young people. The callow, in turn, struggled with the demands of fast-paced office environment. His callow behavior at the meeting showed his lack of experience. So, callow means somebody who is inexperienced or who is new to the field, right? Novice can be treated as a synonym for this callow. The next word is pellucid. Pellucid means translucently clear, easily understood. The lake was so pellucid that one could see the fish swimming at the bottom. So, it means it's very translucently clear. Her pellucid explanation made a complex topic easy to grasp. The next one is impugn. Impugn means to dispute the truth, validity, or honesty of a statement or motive, to call into question. The lawyer attempted to impugn the witness's credibility during the trial. He did not hesitate to impugn her motives, questioning her intentions. The next word is pontificate. Pontificate means to speak or express opinions in a pompous or dogmatic way, to speak in an authoritative manner. He tends to pontificate on topics he knows little about, means he is very showy, he is very pompous. Much to the annoyance of his friends, everyone gets annoyed when he pontificates on topics he knows little about. The professor would often pontificate during lectures, making it hard for students to engage. The next word is internecine. Internecine means within a group. The internecine war between the factions led to devastation on both sides. The company's internecine rivalry among departments hindered its progress. The next word is unassailable. Unassailable means unable to be attacked, questioned, or defeated, right, which is undeniable. The scientist's unassailable evidence left no room for doubt, right? So, which was not deniable. Her position in the company was unassailable given her years of experience and expertise. Noisome means having an extremely unpleasant smell, harmful or offensive. So, the noisome odor from the garbage was unbearable. The swamp emitted a noisome stench that kept people away. So, which is having a very unpleasant smell is noisome. Obtuse. Obtuse means annoyingly insensitive or slow to understand, dull or not sharp. He was too obtuse to grasp the subtle hints she was giving. Her obtuse response showed she didn't understand the urgency of the situation. Hauteur. Hauteur means haughty manner or spirit, arrogance. His hauteur made it difficult for others to approach him for advice. She carried herself with an air of hauteur, looking down on everyone around her. The next one is panegyric. Panegyric means a formal public speech or written work expressing high praise, right? So public speech or written work which is expressing high praise. The retiring professor received a heartfelt panegyric from his colleagues. Her book is panegyric to the beauty of nature, right? Something which is praising in an official manner. The next word is fecund. Fecund means producing or capable producing an abundance of offspring or new growth, which is highly fertile. The fecund soil in the valley allowed for a rich harvest each year. Her fecund imagination led to a wealth of creative ideas. The next one is desiccated. Desiccated means dried up or dehydrated. The desiccated remains of the plants indicated that it has not received water for the long time. His desiccated speech failed to engage the audience, means which lacks vitality or interest. The next word is palatable. Palatable means pleasant to taste, right? The chef prepared a palatable dish that impressed all with guests. While the proposal wasn't ideal, it was still palatable to the committee members. Unimpeachable means not able to be doubted, questioned, or criticized beyond reproach. Her unimpeachable integrity made her the ideal candidate for the position. The witness provided unimpeachable evidence that corroborated the defendant's alibi.